Guys, welcome to our first ever Tycho Talks podcast. This is actually crazy because we've been talking about this for a bit.
For a while, yeah.
And we're like, all right, let's just do it. We have no idea what we're doing, by the way, so just bear with us. But we thought it'd be a bit fun to, just hop on, hopefully do these, weekly, fortnightly.
Frequently, yeah, exactly.
On a frequent basis and, just share more about us as individuals, more about the brand Tycho, why we've decided to obviously build this brand and business. And then, just build a community around it as well, right? I think that's a big thing that we wanted to do when we sat together and we decided to build this brand. So what we'll do is we'll go into a bit of background, right? So tell the viewers a bit about us. So tell the viewers, what your name. I haven't even introduced our names. So
we could do that now, Nate.
Do that now, yeah, go for it.
Yes, I'm Christos. I'm one of the co-founders at Tycho. Christos Sirokopoulos, if you guys want to get that deep into it. Well, background, obviously Australian Greek heritage. My grandparents migrated here probably in the mid-1900s to Australia just to live a better life, to have a better future for the kids, for my parents at the time. 24 years of age, was born in 2000. Some hobbies about me as well, Nate. Very, very sporty, athletic. Love soccer, any sports in general. I love. I think I talk about sports all day, every day.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously, love to keep fit, eat well as well. But at the same time, obviously, one of my probably best hobbies is spending time with family and loved ones and nurturing every moment with them. Because at the end of the day, you don't know, what could happen next. Just take every day as it comes, and that's it.
Yeah,
but that's a bit about me, mate. A little bit.
100%, man. So I'm Nate. Honestly, similar background. Like my parents migrated here a number of years ago. I think it was like 20 years ago, maybe, from Egypt.
Cairo.
What's that?
Whereabouts Cairo?
I don't even know. I think one of them's Cairo, one's like El Fayoum or something.
Oh yeah.
We will have to take Tycho. We will have to take this brand to Egypt. In front of the pyramids. 100%. I'm telling you, one day that's going to happen. Can you imagine us in Tycho wear right in front of the pyramids?
Like a tiger singlet.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
Like on the back of a camel as well.
100%. We got to put that on the vision board. But yeah, look, similar background. Obviously, they came here with not much.
Yeah.
I saw them growing up, working for everything that we have now. And I think for me, it definitely ignited something within me. Now, it's kind of weird because, and we'll go into a bit more detail with, expectations from ethnic parents, right? Like go to school, get good grades, get a degree.
You go to university.
Climb the corporate ladder, right? Law.
Whatever it is.
Doctor, whatever,
exactly.
right?
The top three.
So that's obviously like they came here to give us, a better life, to give us those opportunities. But I think for me, it ignited something completely different, right? It ignited, seeing my parents work really, really hard and kind of get them nowhere. Like it's given us a good life, but there's no financial freedom, no Lamborghini, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so for me, it ignited, well, there's got to be something more. And we've obviously been given so many opportunities living in this country.
Exactly.
But something that I always say is, well, if I get to the end of my life and I haven't done like 10 times what my parents have done, then I failed as a human, right? And I actually believe that, but like think about it, your parents as well, right? They migrated here with nothing. They've built what they've got now. If you don't do 10 times that, you're a loser.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So that's kind of my mindset. It's what it ignited in me. And obviously I grew up not knowing what I wanted to do, but having that entrepreneur inside of me. Like there's got to be something else. Like this rat race is not it. So yeah, I guess that's a bit of my background. I love sports as well. I'm not as athletic as Christos, as you guys can tell.
A bit bigger than me, mate.
Let's not stand up, bro. Let's not stand up. Yes, I'm a midget.
Definitely lift heavy. That's all it cares.
Midget, but look, I enjoy the gym. I coach basketball. Cool. I love watching sport.
Basketball. Who's your favorite NBA team?
Look, I'm one of those. What do they call them? Bandwagon.
Oh, one of those.
I'm one of those losers.
In the championship, you just jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah. Not even. I go by the player. So growing up, I was a massive Kobe fan.
Yeah, Kobe.
Like massive.
Yeah.
And I remember growing up, my brother Marcus was LeBron James. So we always butted heads there, like who's the greatest. I still think Kobe. I think this might. I don't know if this is going to piss anyone off, but I still think Bryant's better than LeBron for sure.
Well, that's huge speculations there.
I reckon he is.
Look, they're two massive icons of the game, but at the end of the day, they're both. It's like, Ronaldo and Messi. They're two very good athletes, but one's good at the other. Then
Well, I still think Bryant.
That's
but
fine, mate. You can
anyway,
pick that.
And then now, obviously, like I think I just appreciate different players for what they do for the game.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
You know what I mean? So
it's a phenomenal that they play. 3-4 games. A week sometimes. You know what I mean? So they play a game every 2 days. So it's pretty cool what they
100%.
do. They're phenomenal athletes. Man.
Yeah,
the way they go about it as well. And LeBron's in his late 30s. You know what I mean? And you're still playing top of his game.
Yeah,
so it's good.
100%. Yeah, you have to respect that. Like you do. He's a bit of a sook, but you have to respect that.
Oh, big time.
He's a sook, bro. He's the biggest sook, but you do have to respect the fact that he's, at his age, he's able to do that.
Yeah,
like what he does.
Yeah.
But look, I mean, this podcast isn't really about basketball, so
it's about anything. Anything we can think of.
I guess. But I guess that literally links into the next question, though. Yeah. Like, why are we doing this podcast?
Well, you kind of hit the nail on the head, Nate, before, like, the fact that you want to do, times 10 of what your parents obviously did. Obviously, nothing wrong with them, bringing us up in a way, in the sense, working a 9-to-5 job 5 days a week. The fact that, what we have now, we should be grateful for, but at the end of the day, we kind of want to leave a legacy for them as well, in a sense, and build something bigger and more extraordinary as well that we can obviously push towards and give our grandchildren once upon a time, one day, and our kids as well, and kind of like, pursue our name, you know what I mean?
100%.
Our surname, our name, and, our heritage, and what our parents kind of came here to do, to give us a better life. And we obviously want to do that to our kids as well, when the time comes.
Yeah.
And that's why, when I met you as well, Nate, specifically, in the worker line in sales, we kind of formed a really good bond and relationship in the sense of, our goals and beliefs were very aligned. And that's where we kind of sat down and over numerous talks, after working hours specifically, and came up with a really good idea of, what our game plan should be, how we kind of, will execute it in a sense, and kind of came up with, I reckon, a really, really, really exciting brand. You know what I mean? 100%. And something that will give back to not only our parents, our family, but the community as well. So I'm looking forward to it. It's really exciting,
100%.
Mate.
And it's you kind of hit it there, because legacy is a big thing. And I feel like, I mean, I don't know about you, but for me, like, I don't want to just go about life and not have accomplished something like really big.
100%, I agree.
And not have built something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to just work for someone else and like 9 to 5 working for someone else's business or for someone else's like dream.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, well, look, I want to build something for myself and for my future family as well.
Don't get me wrong, good on them for getting there. You know what I mean? And obviously hiring employees like, like us, it's, every employee, like leading up to the 18s, 19s, wherever you start off at Macca's or anywhere in sales, or, you have to start somewhere, I guess. Yeah, but then 100%. I feel like that's got to push and motivate you more in the sense that, when I get to a certain age, I'm going to drop everything and focus on what I want to do, whether it is business, whether it is, personal training, anything in sports, athlete, like anything, any specific thing that you think of. Just pursue for your dreams, push for your goals, and I'm telling you, if you have that vision in your head, you'll accomplish it in life once upon a time. But yeah, at the end of the day, you're right, 100%.
Well, I think, and we'll touch on this as well, I think we're both big believers in like visualization.
That's massive.
Manifestation, so as in like, if it's imprinted in your mind and you focus on it and you don't stray from that path that you're on, like you'll reach success, right?
I agree.
I think that we both believe in that, which is good. The other thing as well is like, honest question, right? I know the answer for me, but if you literally got to the end of your life and you died broke, like, can you even fathom that? Do you know what I mean? Like, does that not piss you off? Like, getting to the end of your life and being like
to be fair, like, mid to late 20s or wherever you are in your life, you should have that sickness society with the fact that, you only have 6 months or a year left. And the fact, and you look back in life and you're like, what did I achieve in life? What's something that I did that I'm happy for, and something that I, I'm proud of? Like, imagine 40, 50 years time, touch wood, even tomorrow, you don't know. That's why life's short, man. Yeah. So take every day is a blessing, and every day, day is a pursuing life. But
life is short. We should tell him about your Stingray moment. The Steve Irwin, this guy. Wait, tell him about the Stingray. Come on.
Oh man, what are the odds of that, huh? The whole beach, the whole bloody beach.
Tell him what happened.
Whole bloody beach. It was Safety Beach, one of the beaches in Peninsula, and where all the jet skis were, and I happened to step on. I don't know what it was. Like, I was just walking out of the water to obviously dry myself, and shallow end. Like, the water was up to, like, your knee height.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? A bit below that. I was with my girlfriend at the time and another couple as well, and we were walking the line, and I happened to step on something, and he moved underneath me, and I went to lift my leg, and something stabbed my foot. I thought it was a crab. I was screaming, a crab bit me, a crab bit me. Then I got it to the shore, then it's full blood down my leg. It was crazy. Got rushed to the ambulance, emergency hospital. I had surgery the day after.
Bro, every time I hear that story, I'm like
Steve
it's
Irwin.
gross, but I'm like,
Steve Irwin.
what are the chances? But like I think
The beach, yeah, I know.
I reckon you're pissed off God. I reckon God was trying to like get back at you for something.
Yeah, I know. Huh? Imagine that.
But look, anyway, so another reason why we're doing the podcast, right, is we've got, so company is Tycho Enterprises, right?
Tycho.
We've got so many big dreams for the company and for the business. Like we obviously, have our giveaway model that,
That's one part of the business.
one
correct?
part of the business, and
Yep.
I love it. Like I want to get to the point where we're literally giving out thousands of dollars.
Oh, of course,
like
yeah.
a full-on
And to help
Mr.
families
Beast,
out.
just giving money because
Yeah,
we can. You know what I mean?
exactly.
To people who need it, to people who want it, everything, right?
Yeah.
We've obviously got Tycho Wear, right? Our merch right here,
Pretty cool.
which is really cool. They turn out really well.
Yeah, it's sick.
For our first, like we call these our first gen tees. So
Oh, they are first
really-
gen teams.
exactly.
We've done pretty
We've done pretty
good
well
with
for our
them. Pretty
first
snaky,
one,
man.
right?
Yeah.
For the first one. So we obviously want to expand Tycho Wear as well. We've got a few other different business ideas, but then also Tycho Talks is another thing as
Yeah.
well, where we want to come together however often and just have a chat.
Exactly.
Kind of share with everyone what we want for this business and just have people tuning in and just get to know us, right? Because at the
That's
end of
the
the
main
day,
thing, get to know us,
like
you know.
we are the brand.
People
you know what I
signing
mean?
up
So
to not only us, but to the brand itself. And if we hop on, once every couple of weeks or a month, and just show our faces and talk about smack and what's happening in the world right now and our ambitions and what we want to give back. It's good. People can tune in and get to know us a bit more as well on a personal level, and get to know a bit more about what Tycho is all about as well.
Yeah,
Mate,
100%.
I agree, 100%.
So, all right. Well, what do you think? Why are people going to tune into us? Well, what's going to set us apart from other podcasts? And I got an answer to this, but I'll let you go first. Oh, yeah, I can go first. It's up to you.
I'm trying to think. Mate, you can go first if you want, mate.
So you have to think about what sets us apart. I reckon I'm that type of person where I genuinely believe this, right? And I've said this so many times. The top 1% of society are not competing against each other. They collaborate with each other. It's only the bottom. It's only the bottom 90%. The vast majority of people who compete, right? I prefer collaboration over competition. Now, healthy competition is good. You're a semi-professional soccer player, so it's important to compete. I don't like comparing, right? And I don't think that because one podcast is successful that we can't
be.
That we can't be.
Exactly.
Now, that doesn't mean it's going to happen overnight. This probably might take us a whole year of doing these consistently before people we like these guys. We want to buy into these guys, right?
Well, you look at the Joe Rogan experience. He started that in 2009, and from now to then, it's come such a long way. Like he's got over 11 million viewers each video. He uploads once every couple of weeks, but that's massive. And he started probably like 15 years ago. So it's come such a long way in 15 years. And look where he is now. He's one of probably the top, not if the top, podcasts.
He's definitely up there. He's definitely up there.
Of all time. I mean, everyone
100%.
tunes in.
Yeah.
And he makes amazing content, and people know him of who he is, in the UFC and all that. But yeah, he's another one that obviously is another reason why we want to start this as well. So it's interesting. But just to answer that question as well, Nate, what makes us different? I feel like our commitment level as well is another level than others. I feel like we've got like a never give up attitude as well, in a sense.
100%.
And
like we've just on that, like we've already, we've had a
in
lot of resistance already.
In a shorter period of time, exactly.
But then also, like when we got together, we were actually really quick with how we acted. Like we kind of got together, we figured out the name.
It was really quick.
It was really quick. Like we were just like idea, action, idea, action, idea, action. So
and now you say that, the name, it was pretty funny. We came up with about 8-9 different names.
yeah, we just had them all there on
And
paper.
the name
yeah.
actually chose Tycho. You didn't like it at the start.
Yeah, look,
It was interesting to say that. He was like,
I was kind of like, yeah. But then you kind of explained, look, we'll
I
go
sold-
into
I
the
sold-
meaning.
yeah,
You sold it to me. Yeah, you
yeah.
did sell it to me.
Yeah.
And we'll go, and it kind of ties in, like when you actually see the brand and Tycho and what it means, and then our lady logo, if that's what you want to call it. Which is kind of hard, I'm not going to lie.
it's all right, mate.
That's our logo, bro.
It's
No,
the
you're not
goddess,
going to find that image
the
anywhere.
The goddess, yeah.
The goddess, the Greek goddess. it really works well together.
It emphasizes as well, you're right.
100%.
And obviously what we're doing as well with our business idea, obviously, we've got our giveaway model, which is one. And that kind of emphasizes what Tycho is all about, the fortunate chance and success, and obviously with the clothing as well, and with so many other business ideas and, ventures. Obviously, this is one of them, Tycho Talks, like the success of it, you know what I mean, in years to come, which is really good.
Yeah,
I'm excited
100%.
for. But just the commitment level, and obviously, the desire to obviously jump on and actually speak to our viewers and people that want to tune in is really cool,
Yeah,
I reckon.
100%.
And that's kind of, obviously other people have podcasts as well, and obviously, I'm not saying, they're obviously very committed as well in a sense, but, we have a driven platform that kind of distinguishes us in a different sense, that we want to just give back as well in a sense, and just talk about, who we are and what we do and how we can help. So it's good.
100%. And there's like two things to that, right?
Yeah,
a lot of people talk.
Oh yeah, of course.
And they say, we want to do this, we want to do that. Not many people take action. I think that's a big... And look, we're not there yet.
No.
So I'm not talking from a like, oh yeah, we're there, listen to us. No, like you are literally watching us live, like on this journey.
And look, actions speak louder as words as well.
100%.
That's a perfect explanation.
100%. So that's a part of it. It's like, a lot of people talk, a lot of people say they want to do things. Like we've talked and we've kind of backed it up with action. And even with all the resistance that we face as well. So we both still work full time, and we've got to be careful that we respect our workplace as well. And not, we got to give our workplace 110%, but then also there are things that we're working on the side. That's fine.
Yeah, of course.
And
then there's so much time during the day as well. Like, you have time to succeed in your everyday work life or workforce, 9 to 5. And then after that, you have so much time to focus on what you want to do. Whether that is, your business, your side hustle with sports or whatever it is. So, and there's 24 hours in a day. You got to split it up in accordingly. Like you got 9 to 5, which is 8 to 9 hours, and you got another 5 hours on your business, and then another couple of hours in sports, and then you only sleep for 6-7 hours. So you kind of break up the day really well in the sense that 100% give 110% to what you're doing now as well with your occupation, with your work, but then obviously in your spare time, mate, just focus on what you believe in and your goals and your vision and your aspirations, which is what we're doing, which is good.
100%,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
But yeah, I agree with that.
100%.
Ask you this question, mate.
What's this?
I'll ask you a question. What's your main goal and objective from this podcast? What's your kind of main goal that you want to get out of it?
From this podcast,
you know what I mean? In years to come.
business?
Yep.
Podcast or business?
Regardless, the
Tycho.
podcast is, it's combined with Tycho, so it's part of the business in a sense.
Yeah.
But like you could say, what do you want to get out of Tycho?
100%.
What do you want to get out of the podcast? What do you want to get out of the clothing, the giveaways? Like, what's your goal?
100%. That's a loaded question.
It is
loaded because I could answer in so many different ways. I mean, growing up, I always saw figures like Mr. Beast. I've always wanted to do what he does, where he's got an audience and he just gives. Like money comes in and he gives it. Money comes in, he gives it. There's something so fascinating about giving that he's so wealthy now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's
and it's like 100%. But that came from just giving, like putting back into his brand and into the community. I love the idea of that. I love the idea of building something. We built this brand to whatever level we're going to get it to.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
And we have so many resources, like social media in particular, and technology, that we can obviously get our company and our franchise, our business to that level. Because Mr. Beast, he kind of nurtured off YouTube.
100%.
You know what I mean? That was his main subscriber base.
100%.
And look where he is now. He's obviously expanded to TikTok, Facebook, all that. But yeah, YouTube is the kind of main priority for him. But he started off somewhere, and look where he's become today. So good on him for that. But
100%.
yeah, it's very.
And then the other part of that as well. I look at people like Joe Rogan. I look at people who host these podcasts and their reach. I'd love to be able to share what I've learned from my personal experience, what I've read in books. Even on this business venture, we are learning a lot.
Well, from the ground up, we're recording this podcast in your gym, mate.
Yeah, literally. So we were just talking about this before. We're we need to get a warehouse. And that's on the list. But it's we're literally recording. It's not the most impressive setup, but it's all part of it. You know what I mean? And that's a part of it.
It's all part of the process.
100%. And a part of it is not just building something, but it's also going through the journey.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
Right? Actually, this is where we started. This is the meat of it. We're in the middle. And look, we've had already, and I keep bringing this up because we have had, I wouldn't say too hard times, because I think that we balance each other out really well.
That's another thing as well.
Really well.
That I found with Josh, yeah.
I think that, you know, when things get hard on my end, you're kind of like, it's all good, like we'll figure it out, and then vice versa. But
Yeah,
then
because it's stressful running a business, any business in general, cafe, you know, if it's a clothing brand, a giveaway module, whatever it is, it's hard running a business. And I feel like having two sole traders or two co-owners like us, it's I feel like more powerful than having a business on your own, because you have someone to kind of venture off and to grow off and to, you know, message if you need anything, and to, you know, look back like, look, Nate, you're my business partner, you know, I need help in this and that aspect, and you guys can help each other. You know what I mean? So I feel like having two people as business owners is very powerful in that sense as well.
100%.
And obviously when it comes to all costs and all that, you know, it's all 50-50 in a sense, and I feel like that's the best way to kind of grow a business. And that's kind of a thing as well that I want to give back to people. If you want to start off somewhere, hey buddy,
Making an
appearance.
surprise appearance.
Making an appearance. German Shepherd's best dogs.
So it's just so cute, man. I love it.
So and that's something I want to give back as well to people is, you know, if you want to start off something, I feel like if you have any brothers, any sisters, any siblings, are a really good mate that you trust and believe in, have the same beliefs and thoughts as you, I feel like sit down with them, brainstorm, you know, suss your ambitions, your goals, you know, and take action, you know what I mean? And do it with that someone that you trust and believe that you guys will make it, because you guys can grow off each other.
100%.
It's the best possible thing.
So question to you, right? Because we talk about trust. Now when we came together, we were working together. We didn't know each other. Like we literally met in 2023, like halfway through, I think.
It happened so quickly.
It was like May
Felt
2023.
like yesterday. It was like a year ago, probably 10 months ago.
How crazy is that? It's close to a year now.
From 10 months to now, we've started a business.
100%. Like that's, to me, that's insane. But for you, like because you got to take a risk, right? Like trust is earned, but you need to give like at least 10% to earn the other person's
trust.
trust.
100%, yep.
But for you, like how did you get around the idea of starting a business with someone that you didn't know in terms of trust?
Well, good question you say that. Obviously, I could answer this in so many ways in particular, but kind of the short answer I'll kind of give you is when it comes to me meeting people, I'm very outgoing and, you know, friendly. I'm very approachable. But when it came to you, Nate, obviously we had the same beliefs, obviously religious, both Orthodox as well, which, you know, it helps in a sense. But look, in a way, we kind of sat down and spoke in many ways how like we're not happy just a normal 9-to-5 job. Obviously, you know, you got a master's in as a lawyer, man. So you know you've been there, done that. You know you've done 6-7 years at uni. You know you could have done something out of that, but you know you feel like that wasn't just enough. And I feel like I had the same experience as well at uni, and we had similar upbringings as well with our family. You know, we have a big family, siblings, our parents, and I feel like just that alone gave my trust, you know, not as a best friend, but as a friend at the time. And then obviously, as days and weeks went on, we obviously got to know each other a bit more as well. And obviously, what you want to achieve in years to come, and you know, your dream car's a Porsche 911. That's soon to be, mate. Don't stress at all. Porsche. So look, even like things that you say, like even that, like your dream car's a Porsche. Like, I rate that. You know what I mean?
100%.
People are scared to say.
People, yeah.
You know what I mean?
People,
like why?
That's the biggest. I heard this quote once.
Why are they scared for? Just say.
You know
what you
why
want,
they're
man.
scared? They're scared for two reasons. There's a percentage of society that are scared because they know that they don't have it in them to ever reach it, and so they don't want to set the goal to begin with.
Exactly.
But then some people are scared they're scared of the success itself.
And that's one thing. That's the one thing with you that I realised. Well, you don't care what other people think, and that's a massive trait to have. You know what I mean? Personality-wise.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, like 0 F's given. You know, you do what you want, do what you believe in, and you do what you vision in as well. So,
100%.
You know, straight from the back, you know, you know what you want, you know where you want to be. You know, in 3 to 4 years' time, even in a short period of time, and that's something I want to do as well. You know, mid to late 20s, which we are. You know, life is short. Probably still have another 80 years left.
Yeah.
A bit less, you know, you don't know. But yeah, that's something that obviously stood out to me, was obviously, you know, your courage and, you know, your mannerism in a sense. So yeah, it was good, man.
Yeah,
it was good.
Likewise. I mean, I saw you as very ambitious. Yeah, ambitious. But
No, of course.
I feel like you're a lot younger than me.
Yeah.
Like,
not a lot. No.
Not a lot, but
3
like
years.
yeah.
3 years.
Oh, 3 years. All right, 3 years.
I look after respect my elders.
But still, but there's a big difference. But there's still 3 years. Like
it is. Look, it is a long time, but in your 20s, man, it goes like this.
yeah, I know.
It flies.
It does.
You know what I mean?
That's what I try to tell my sisters. Like my
Flies.
sister's 20 now, and I tell her all the time, like don't be complacent, because you
Like,
think that you've got a
crazy.
lot of time, but
crazy.
before you know it, you're going to be 27. Before you know it, I tell her that, and it's like you can chill all you want, and you can waste your time doing all this crap that doesn't mean anything. But before you know it, you're going to be 27. You're going to be looking back like,
Exactly.
where did all those years go?
Yeah.
Why did I not like your 20s? You know, you're the most energetic. It's a time where you should be taking risk.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a
Going
time
out,
where
meeting
it's
new people.
100%. It's a time where like if I get burnt over, I have time to rebuild. If I lose
And to learn from
20K, I have time to rebuild. You got
Yeah.
a bit more time than me, but do you get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
of
Like,
course.
it's where you want to start taking risks. And I'm not against like starting at 40 or 50. I believe you can start whatever age.
I've heard people starting business in their late 50s and they're multimillionaires by their 60s. Like, you know what I mean? So like,
Yeah,
age is a
100%.
limit. Age is a limit. But I feel
100%,
like,
yeah.
you know, for us, we kind of want to set up our lives earlier. But in a sense, it's not bad to start at 30, 40, 50.
Yeah,
It doesn't
100%,
matter.
100%. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
There's nothing wrong with it.
nothing wrong with that at all, mate.
100%.
Because in a sense, you know, you're more experienced. You've learned a lot as well. But the fact that we started so young, it's a positive in my eyes because, you know, we've got to learn a lot. There'll be lots of
100%.
ups, lots of downs.
Yeah.
But I feel like, you know, we're both, you know, great-minded people and very ambitious, you know, human beings. And if we can stick by each other, which we will, it's another really important thing as well. You know, the fact that I know that you'll stick by me, same with me. It helps a lot.
100%. You know, it's funny because, you know what was like. It's funny because we've been through all this stuff. We have all these meetings, build business. All like, I think it was like last week. And this is like the pinnacle moment where I'm like, this guy's gonna stick by me. You're like, oh, let's buy a Porsche together. I was like, bro, I'm like this guy.
I go, let's save up and let's buy a V12 sports car and drive it around.
Oh man, I was like, yeah, I know this guy's like, it's for real now.
Why not, man? In a year's time, let's buy a race car.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Why not? And
Mate,
we'll call it Tycho Cars.
Get on Tycho number plate. I think someone's taken the Tycho number plate.
I've looked it up. I think it has, but we'll buy it off him.
I was literally just thinking that.
We'll buy it off him. No
But
worries.
it's important. Back to why people don't dream big enough. Like, I heard a quote once. It's like, if you knew you couldn't fail, if you were guaranteed to succeed, how big would you dream? It's not my quote. It's just something I heard. And I want you to really think about that. If you knew that you could not fail, you were going to succeed, how big would you dream? Would you dream just for like a nice family and just like a house paid off?
The everyday Australian dream.
Exactly, you wouldn't.
Yeah,
if you knew you would get it, you'd be 3 Porsches. Like bro, I don't just want one supercar. I want a lot of supercars.
You want a supercar for each day of the week.
100%. I want
Monday you want a red car,
100%.
a red Porsche. Tuesday you want a blue
100%.
one.
I want the
yellow one.
Rolexes. I want the ton of investment properties. Like, there's so much that I want, and it's not just for the materialistic stuff. Like, materialistic stuff is great, and I know that you get to a certain point. Like, you'll get to the 3rd Porsche, and you're like, I don't need another one. You know what I mean? But it's still like
It's a goal, and it's something
100%.
that you can vision. But in a sense, like, you know, materialistic things are not everything in life. You know what I mean? I feel like the most basic things in life are the fact that we're healthy. You know,
100%.
The fact that we have 2 legs and 2 arms, and we can walk and talk every day. You know, we can see. Because I see people sometimes that they're born, not healthy like us. So the fact that we have that is just a gift on its own. You know what I mean? But obviously,
100%.
what we want to do as well, it's something more special as well. But just that alone is it's phenomenal, mate. And that's what people don't realize, that they take life for granted. You know what I mean? Like, they're upset because they're not multi-millionaires. They're upset that they have this car. But at the end of the day, first of all, are they trying hard? Are they working hard? Are they writing their goals down? Do they vision it?
Yeah.
Some of them will say no, but the ones that say yes, it might not happen tomorrow, it might not happen next week, it might not happen the next month. It might happen in 5 years' time, but you'll get there if you vision it.
Yeah.
But if you work hard work pays off. You know what I mean?
100%.
But yeah, like I said, the fact that we're healthy, we're living, we're breathing, that's
100%. I agree, man. Like, I thank God, and look, we were raised in a way to like thank God. Like, if you see someone, with a missing arm or a disability, and there's nothing, I'm not saying anything about that. I'm just saying, like, we were raised, it's all perspective. Like, to be thankful because that could have been you. That could have been you easily. And so to thank God for what he's given us. Exactly. You're right. You know what I mean? And the other thing as well is,
there's a reason why we're here, mate. There's a reason why everyone's here.
100%.
People got to realize
100%. And the other thing is as well, like, I don't bag you, but I'm like Christos, like, maybe not now, but read books. Like, how many times have I said that to you? Like, we got to read.
You're bringing that up now.
I'm bringing that up. I'm going to shame you, man. Nah, jokes. But the reason I say that is because I'll tell you something, right? Your level of success, the amount of money that comes in, or your level of success,
comes from the knowledge that you've...
100%. Like, if you don't grow yourself every day and you're down here, God is not going to reward you with the next tier. If you're in middle class tier because your knowledge is reflective of what a middle class person thinks and how they operate, God's not going to reward you with the next tier, you know? So it's kind of like we've got to make sure that on a weekly basis that we're investing into us as well, in our personal development, in our mindset, right? But another thing is, it's like we've got to become, before we actually receive it, we've got to become two guys who feel like we feel wealthy. You know what I mean? Like we feel like you're right. Because money, we've heard this so many times, like money doesn't, it doesn't change you, it just amplifies you.
Yeah, exactly.
And we hear this, like none of this stuff's new stuff. Like we're just repeating what we've heard, but it's true. Like why would God give us, you know, $1 million if he knew that we'd just not invest it well?
Yeah, exactly.
If he knew we'd just burn it, and I'm not talking about like cars, like yeah, we'd buy a nice car, but if he knew that we would take that money and just literally lose it in the next day or the next week or the next month, or blow it on like drinks and chicks and all that kind of stuff, like he's not going to reward us with that. But if he can see us and he's like, you know, these guys have taken time to look into taxes, look into financial, you know, whatever.
Anything it is.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and like
100%.
they're actually going to, if I give them $1 million, they're going to quadruple it. Let me reward these guys with that. Do you get what I'm saying?
No, I agree 100%.
So I don't even know how we got into that conversation. What was the question, bro? I don't even remember.
I should read more books.
Yeah, books.
You're not recording yet?
No, we are recording. That's right. We can pause it. We can pause it.
The guy's coming in 2 minutes.
That's right. So
That's fine.
just leave it running.
Yeah.
Just how long do you reckon he's gonna?
Books. I'll get to that.
Oh.
I'll take that on board. Now, obviously, business partners, I'm gonna list to you as a business partner, and I'll do whatever
We'll
I can
see.
to read more books.
You've heard it. You heard it.
You heard it from my
Read a
mouth,
book.
mate. Yeah, exactly. You heard it from my word of mouth. But in saying that, Nate, I've got to get you one back as well.
Oh, here we go.
You're 27, man. You got an Android.
Oh man,
Samsung.
let the Android go. I swear, we'll do a poll. Do you know how much more advanced an Android is than an iPhone?
How much more pixelated
I
it is than an
respect
iPhone?
Apple for basically.
I agree.
Look, the background, we got an audience agreeing with me. You know what? I reckon Apple is one of the smartest companies to finesse you all, not change anything about the product.
Look, I agree with you.
Not change anything about the product every year, and you still have. Can I say that? Like lighting up, buying the same phone, bro. Android have like. Here's the thing, because I used to be an Apple user, and then I went Android. I just couldn't go back.
Yeah.
Like the stuff that you can do on an
So
Android.
you like the flip phones? How it's like you can flip
Not even
it
the
open
flip. I don't even. The phone I use is not a flip one, but
Yeah.
just like the pen. Like there's just so much you can do in it. The only thing I'll give Apple is the camera quality.
Yeah.
Like your camera quality when it comes to like portrait and like close up,
Look,
it makes me look good.
Your camera looks better when you zoom up. Android's unbelievable.
yeah,
but the iPhone, I feel like it's more clearer.
Yeah, but look, I reckon I've been contemplating getting an iPhone, but I wouldn't sell my Android.
Nah, don't sell it. But it's good to have both.
I reckon one day, like I set it as a goal, like
You know what I
once.
mean? Like it's like you got a Maserati and you got a Porsche, like both sides. you know what I mean? You know, but which one's a Porsche, which one's a Maserati?
Exactly.
You know, the iPhone's a Porsche and the Android's a Maserati. You know what I mean?
Wait, but no, I'll get to the point. Where
We'll do a poll as well. We'll do a poll as well for
We'll do a
everyone.
poll. We'll see who's Android and who's iPhone.
do a
But I'll
poll
get
as
to
well.
the point where just for whatever, I'll just have the iPhone just for photos.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna
And for
use my
content.
Android for everyday
Yeah.
stuff. iPhone just for like
Done.
photos.
Lock it in, done. And I'll read more books.
But this guy done deal.
Done.
All right,
Done.
deal, bro. Shake on it, bro. Shake on it.
Done.
Deal. When you read a book, I'll buy an iPhone.
Does a book have to be so and so
Bro,
pages long?
it's gonna be a good,
No, honestly,
Atomic Habits. It's gonna be a good book that's gonna help you. None of this Harry Potter crap.
You give me a specific book that you reckon that will help my personal growth, and I'll read it for you.
We'll see.
And then we'll come up and I'll give you dot point conclusions of what the book was about.
Oh yeah.
What I've learned.
Yeah.
What I've already knew as well.
Sure.
But lastly, Nat, as well, before we go, mate. Lastly, before we conclude this Tycho Talks, what's one pivotal moment in your journey, in your life, I should say, that kind of led to you like to this moment, like in life, starting the business, wanting more in your life, like wanting that 10 times extra than what your parents had, or like something in your life that kind of changed your aspirations and the way you thought about business, money, financial, and everything.
Yeah. I don't think it was a pivotal moment because I genuinely think I was born to want more.
Good answer.
I was born literally like, but the issue is the school system. Like you can be born to want so much, and the school system will shape you right back in to not wanting anything and to just wanting just the basics, right? So I've always wanted so much. I just didn't know how to get to it. So for so long, and it's unfortunate that it's taken me so long, but it is what it is. It's part of my story, where I have wanted so much. I know how I want to live. I want financial freedom. I don't want to be in a 9 to 5. I want all the cars, the houses, whatever. But trying to be like, okay, but what do I do? I tried YouTube for a bit, tried, all these different things, and I don't know, I haven't been able to figure out, well, what can I actually do to get there? But that's all part of the journey. And it's okay
100%.
to start a business and fail and then go again and then fail and then go again and then fail. It's part of the journey.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, man, like, because I know that we have to wrap up now, but I don't think it was one pivotal moment. I think it was, and sorry about the background noise, but
That's
whatever.
all right.
It's our first one.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's life, right? But I've always been born like that. But how do I actually get on the path that's going to take me there? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
I respect
what
that.
about you?
Like dance as well, the school system as well. Like even at schools, like do you see them teaching, how to buy a house, how to save money to purchase a house, interest rates and all that? They don't teach any of that in schools. Like it's
100%,
pretty, I feel like corrupt in my eyes as well. Like they obviously teach very good, life skills and aspirations into like, the 9 to 5, wake up, school starts at 9, finishes at 3:30.
Programming. It's programming.
Exactly.
And
but
you know what? Like,
in a sense, it's a good way because like it's like for your social well-being in school.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
That's a good aspect from it. But there's obviously there's pros and cons to it.
Nah,
Obviously,
I don't
with
even
anything
agree.
in
I'm
life.
homeschooling my kids.
Yeah.
I'm homeschooling. But
That's another topic as well.
this is what we should do, right? I reckon our next talk should be on the school system, whether we think that the school system is doing the right thing,
Yeah.
how the school system is a detriment to some people's dreams. So that could be our next one.
That's a good thing about Tycho Talks. We can talk about whatever we want.
100%.
Whatever topics we want, and whatever topics that the audience want us to talk about as well.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
100%.
But
Yeah, but I reckon for now,
Sky's the
I
limit.
think
Sky's the limit.
100%. I think for now, let's we'll wrap up the first one. A bit rocky because it literally is our first one
Mate.
with everything happening in the background. But
it was good.
good job. I'm proud of us, bro.
We'll tune in again in a couple of weeks'
In a
time.
couple
and,
of weeks.
We'll take it from there.
All right, done.
Kickstart it.
Yeah, we're done.